Right, hello viewers and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. So we are back in the fray and we're playing as the Commonwealth inside the Pearl of the Orient campaign once more. So I've hopped into that this map once again where we were fighting the Battle of Kursk pretty much with infantry. And I've set up my infantry once again. I mean, it's mainly stuff that we've seen before. So yeah, the battle has begun now and we are just going to brawl it out with the Chinese tank spam effect again. So let the battle commence and let's see how this time goes. I've added a few slight things to our setup here. Namely, I've put up a few rockets up here, some ATGM and some AA, so this will be nice. What is this thing even firing? These rapier missiles. Ah, there we go, it raises up. I was kind of wondering how these things function. So, yeah, anyhow, we're just going to be fighting against the tank blob once again, and we are just currently waiting for that tank blob to show up. So, yeah. Now, I mean, we've had so far decent luck on this battlefield. Oh, I see some movement, a single tank. Hopefully our luck will stay good for the next little while, and hopefully we'll just be able to absolutely dominate on this map once again. So it looks like they're sending in, oh I see, they're sending their blob of tanks inside the back. Well, we can handle that, and again I think we're just going to turn this into a hornet's nest of rockets really. And yeah, their tanks are just going to spam their cannons down upon any infantry that they can find. So it is going to be very, very important. Oh my god, a little convoy of tanks over there. I mean, it's just going to be so important keeping these infantrymen in the back and keeping them alive. I think I'll hide my troops inside the back buildings. I'm under the impression that's a bit of a better plan than putting them inside the frontal buildings. And I'll just really let our planes stun these guys while our infantrymen sort of snipe them off. Sadly, the Canadian armed guys, they don't have a ton of missiles, but the good thing is that they're hitting them pretty well, and if they stay calm, they'll continue to hit really, really well. Our planes can just sort of panic their enemy, their tank swarm, so that's really, really good. And yeah, we can just go in Hornet after Hornet, or Harrier after Harrier, to rain just hell and destruction on those tanks, which is great. I'll call in a few Chieftain 2s actually, and I'll bring those into the fight. Canadian infantry is going to run out of ammunition, so we're going to buy some more of these Canadian rifles, and I'm really, really liking these guys. They are pretty damn strong. So yeah, that is sort of that. Oh, and they have some of these oddball ATGM launchers. They technically only cost 25 points, and they have a really, really high range. But I've tried these units in multiplayer once, and they're effectively just a jeep with a launcher on them. The thing is that those ATGMs fly at like just beyond slow rate, so they're not actually that great. And you sort of learn that the hard way in a multiplayer game. Send their planes to counter my Harriers. I'm going to send in my Phantoms. Unfortunately, my Harrier Corps is taking losses here and there. But I mean, we're fighting the good fight over here, and we're starting to pick off the enemies. By some Chieftains, send them over there, we're Challengers. I mean, for these multiplayer battles, or for these single-player battles, it looks like the main determining thing for your troops isn't so much the actual performance of the troops, it's actually just the amount of health, or, not health, the amount of stuff that they have inside their little inventories. Yeah, because there's just so many tanks here, and my infantry are getting chewed up, not because of the fact that they're doing poorly, but because of the fact that we just don't have enough ammunition to sustain all of them. And are they trying to shell my logistics craft over here? That's slightly troubling. Yeah, they're gonna get all of the logistics craft over there, so that kind of sucks. And these guys are just launching this huge wave attack at me over here. I'm going to try to get my Canadian infantry rearmed with ammunition, but I think it takes a little bit of time for that to happen. And Harrier spam once again. Yeah, it looks like this area here is going to be very, very hotly contested. Well, and it looks like that is that battle already, so that is pretty damn good. Yeah, we gained some morale here. Their units lost some morale. And furthermore, I mean, they do lose a good chunk of their points again. Yeah, a good 1400, and we lost a couple of rifle squads, but no more than that. So, yet another little battle here, and it looks like their tanks are really starting to drop. So that is very, very good. And oh, it looks like they'll actually retreat because they are at 0 morale, so that is good. We managed to keep up over there. However, on the seas, I fear as though we're not going to be more successful, which is rather unfortunate. So again, one of these naval battles, it'll be just sort of this really, really wonky boat v boat sort of fight. And again, I mean, it's the boat combat is really, really weird, and I really just hope to just sort of blitz these missions. So I think we'll buy 2 Pegasuses this time, or Type 21s this time. They do have those AT anti-ship planes this time, so I'm a little worried about that. And what I think I'll do here is that now I need to cap the zones that give me command points, so unfortunately I'm going to have to split up the Pegasuses up a little bit to the 2 different zones here, just because we need those points so direly, and that'll allow me to save some points. It looks like we had an extra one over there, so that's good. And the main thing is that I just want to get this wave of Pegasus ships to just launch that ATGM barrage and do damage, then just simply pull back afterwards, after they've deposited their missiles. So yeah. So I'm going to get these guys to just hopefully bank in here. I'll buy a supply ship just really, really early. And all I want them to do is just bank in, take out their capital ships, because those guys are the ones that we really, really need to deal with. And we'll just deal with the smaller ships later on. The thing about the game is that with the Red 4, that's like the Chinese mainly, the Chinese boats, they all seem to have close-in weapon systems, the little things that buzz down missiles. They have these like really high damage and close range little harpoon missile things, and they can just spam them, right? So it's really difficult fighting them just due to their innate advantage of, like, if you blob them up, they're practically invulnerable. Yeah, so a few of those missiles will hit. We just need, looks like, 1 more to kill off that boat, so that's good. And we'll just sort of bank in here and we'll just pick off those guys. So hopefully our boats inside the back lines will be safe, but these Pegasus, the NATO player has missiles that are much more accurate and much more, I would say, powerful, but they're very low in number. They fire really slowly, and they just don't have that sort of spam ability with their range and all. Looks like we're doing so far pretty good. I haven't seen their little spam of those cheapo 60-point boats yet, so once those show up though, we'll have some troubles. And we're starting to run out of missiles over here. We're down to a few harpoon missiles. Boom! Oh, and that's actually all they had, so yeah, the fleets are really wonky like that. Like, evidently we managed to destroy this squadron because we took out all the command ships in it. And it's like why didn't any of the smaller boats show up then as well? And why didn't the airplane show up as a matter of fact too? So yeah, the naval battles are really, really weird. And guys, I really apologize if those battles just don't go our way, or if they go away like that, where it's really, really cheesy. Anyhow, this turn, I'm gonna buy a naval carrier group because this will give us a airport that we can move around, firstly. But secondly, it'll give us another group of ships, and it'll allow us to take on their marine regiment, from in which we should be able to nick their ships here later on, and hopefully we'll be able to excuse me, I really need to get some water, but we should be able to just stall them up on this front and make it so that they won't be able to use this marine regiment for actual amphibious landings, which is going to be really, really nice. So they're going to launch another attack. They're actually going to send those Hinds after my big blob of troops here. I probably should pull back to Hong Kong in a little bit, because I didn't expect the Hind armed airborne regiments to be able to move so many places per turn, because all we have guarding Hong Kong right now is actually just a few tanks. So I think I'll actually pull the Royal Hong Kong Regiment back next turn. It's a good thing that they didn't decide to press forward there right now, and it looks like, what are they sent? I think they just sent in the rest of their army here. Holy! Oh, no wonder it's a hard campaign. What is this? It's just a blob of troops? Oh my god. That's brutal. That's like half of everything. Okay, well, we have a fun battle coming up after this one, because afterwards we're going to have to face the might of everything, pretty much. Alright, so another naval battle, and what I think I'll do with this one is that, again, Pegasuses and other craft are the key here. And I think I'll buy a few capital ships here as well, so I'll buy I'm gonna buy a few Oliver Hazard Perrys because I really like those boats. So I think we'll go with something like this, and we'll just deploy. These, like, personally, I like the idea behind these little Lynx craft. They have these C2C missiles, and they have a decent range on them. But the main thing about them is that if you get them in blobs, they should, in theory, be able to overwhelm enemy AA and or close-in weapon systems and take them out like that. So, I mean, this marine composition has only like a few boats here and there. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Those are the little torpedo boats, remember? So those things, if they manage to hit, if they manage to get in range, they do a whole heck ton of damage. And yeah, those little gun systems just buzz down everything. So that Luda should be dead soon, but this is something that we are going to have to deal with soon. Yeah, I mean, it looks like our helicopters are doing a decent job so far in keeping those guys back. Let's remember that they have a lot of those missile boats, and they just fire off these 4 rocket barrages. And because they're 60 points, and they do a ton of damage each, if they catch you, you're pretty much dead. Yikes, this is bad. We're going to have to fight a battle where we just sort of pull our ships back here. If we go anywhere near their rockets, they are just going to rip us apart. I'm gonna have to get my entire navy to pull back over here. If any boats sort of stray away from this, we can sort of take them away. If those missiles hit, they're gonna do tons of damage each. But we're only 400 points away from winning. So if we sort of if we play keep away with these guys, we might be able to just nick the boats that come out of their boat blob bad enough so that we can hopefully do a little bit of damage here and there. Park my Type 21 by 1 Pegasus because we really need something to deal some damage to them right now. And there goes 1 capital ship, and it's going to take away quite a lot of troops with it too, because these boats have an AOE blast, but evidently the small ships like these, they don't seem to get caught up in it all too much. Come on. And yeah, those boats are just like, why? They just blob up like that, and it's nigh impossible to take them out. So I mean, there's nothing we can really do about this apart from bailing out. They do have some. Oh great, they're gonna fire off another barrage. Yeah, it's gonna hit. And like, look at that. It's only 4 missiles too. The thing with it is that, I mean, on the Blue Force side, those missiles shouldn't be any problem. But Apparently it is for them. Oh well, at least they're only down to like a few craft now. So, I mean, in the long term, we're still winning on the naval side. And next battle, when we get the Hong Kong squadron in there, when we get both of these ships in there, we should actually be able to muck up that Marine regiment pretty well. And, I mean, once we destroy the naval elements, I do believe that the entire unit gets just absolutely demolished, but I'm not 100% sure upon that. So what I think I'll do now is I'll buy I'll get the militia infantry from Lantau Island to... Can they move? They can only move into the battlefield we're out. I think I'll get them to move into the battle... you know, I don't know. Because they can get into Hong Kong really easily. I think I'll get the Royal Hong Kong Squadron to move into this naval sector just for now, just so that it'll establish a pretty much a solid front to cap off this area. And in the meantime, I mean, I can buy some Sea Harriers, some naval fighters, nothing particularly good, so I think we'll just have to hold off as it is right now. Let's see what I can move into the area of Hong Kong. It doesn't look like there's much. Yeah, no, I don't think we can move anything there. So, I mean, their airplanes are caught up over here, but I do believe they have another few squadrons, so that's sort of that. In that regards, I think I'll get these, I'll get the vehicles to just sit where they are. So we're going to fight another battle over here. Probably should get my airplanes in here. Oh, they've actually captured Echo now, so that is not good. And it'll be 2,000 points worth of the enemy units. They have, again, tanks. Oh, they're actually bringing infantry this time, and a lot of infantry, so that'll be interesting. In that case, gonna need our planes in here. They don't seem to have any MiGs, which is one big plus that for us. And these planes should be moving over here. That's why we're still inside the battle screen. No, these planes should not have bounced all the way there. They should have. These are the Harriers. We actually need these planes. Damn it. Yeah, I really don't like that system, how you can't just open up the screen to move these units. But anyhow, we're going to need the planes to assist us inside Tuzin-Wan. And that should make it so that this battle is much more easier. They're bringing in quite a lot of tanks. Let's see, they have APCs. They have some planes as transport too. Yeah, this is going to be more so of a fully fledged battle here. So that'll be very interesting to see. They actually have a lot of helicopters for this battle. What are they down to in terms of planes? They have a few fighters, but apart from that, it looks like they are... they still have a few bombers, alright. But those guys are low on morale. We're getting 20 points per second, or per time period, so this will allow us to build up troops very, very fast. So it's this map again. I think we're going to have to deploy on this sector this time, mainly because the other ones are a little too danger-ish for us, danger close-ish for us. So we'll deploy like this, and I have a feeling that a lot of their troops are going to come from Echo, but I'm not particularly sure about that. I can mount a tank defense in this Lantau Island area, and that'll be very effective in stopping practically anything that comes near here, but I would prefer it if we had some infantry to shore up the defense here. I think I'll just get a tank wall set up and a few tracked rapiers inside the back to take out any aircraft that comes in here. In this sector, in Bravo, I'm going to put more infantry inside the village here, and I think we're going to have more numbers here than previous, so ATGMs to fire on them. I've learned my lesson now, and I think the best thing to do is to push troops inside these buildings here, just behind other buildings or obstructions, so then when they take out the lead tank, the other ones can't open up on them. Likewise, we're going to put some infantry inside here, and I think we're going to put some blowpipes over here too, just in case that they have some helicopters. We're actually going to double up on blowpipes because if helicopters come, I'm going to assume that they're going to come in like a huge blob, and I think I'll have a single ADAT system firing rockets from the back over there. Now, on top of these cliffs, I want a single tracked rapier taking down enemy planes that come by. And how far is it from each zone? I'm under the impression that the best thing to do here would be to deploy 2 tanks to try to snipe off anything. Actually, I think I'll make that 4 tanks, just to sort of snipe off everything that may spawn inside this valley.